Коллеги, добрый день. Рад приветствовать вас на пресс-конференции, посвященной чемпионату мира по хоккею, который в эти дни проходит в Ереване, а также армянскому хоккею, его развитию и перспективам. В сегодняшней пресс-конференции принимает участие почетный президент Международной федерации хоккея господин Рене Фазель. Ваши вопросы, пожалуйста, только по тем темам, которые я озвучил. И если вы можете задавать вопросы на английском, задавайте их. Если вы задаете вопросы на армянском или русском, Аркин Багдасарян, сегодняшний переводчик пресс-конференции, их переведет, вопросы и ответы. Господин Фазель, can you get started?
Yeah, no problem. So good morning or good afternoon. I think it's 12 o'clock. Everybody, I'm happy to be back in Armenia. I was here, I think it was in 2017. Vagram invited me and my wife, so we discovered Yerevan in the summer. It was very nice, and it's the second time actually I'm here in Yerevan.
Բարև ձեզ բոլորին, շնորհակալ եմ ինձ ընդունելու համար, Վահրամի հրավերի շնորհիվ մենք հայտնվեցինք կնոջս հետ Երևանում, որի միջոցով հայտնաբերեցինք նաև Երևանը. Can you please repeat?
And you know, I have a very special relation with Vagram because he's a dentist like I am a dentist, so he's my starship brat. I'm starship brat to him, so and I said a little bit also starry, but he doesn't like that. And we since the beginning we met, we always had a very good relation, and I'm actually I was part in the beginning in 1999, 2000 when actually the Armenian Hockey Federation was founded. We had a lot of discussion, and you know it was not really easy in the beginning for the Armenian ice hockey to develop, especially because of no really ice. We had one ice rink at the moment and then a second one now.
Վահրամի հետ ունենք շատ յուրահատուկ ընկերություն եւ հարաբերություններ. Վահրամը որպես ինձ մեծ եղբայր է, ես ասում եմ, որ շատ ծեր եմ, որից նրան եղանում է։ Իրականում հանդիպել ենք հոկեյի ֆեդերացիայի ստեղծման ժամանակ։ Իրականում Հայաստանում ավելի դժվար էր հոկեյի համար, քանի որ ունենք ընդամենը մեկ սահադաշտ։
So I remember in 2000, I think it was 2006, when Armenia beat, I think it was Ireland, Vagram, 33-1. Maybe you remember at that time. And then the Irish people and all the other people, they were not so happy because of the so-called eligibility rules.
Եվ ինչպես գիտեք, 2006 թվականին Հայաստանը, can you please remind me what
they beat into, I think it was 2000 hockey team.
What was the score?
33-1.
33-1. Իռլանդիային հաղթեցին 33-ով մեկ հաշվով.
You know that Armenia has a very, very big diaspora outside. I mean, you have many players in North America, and for sure you have a big diaspora also in Russia. So they were actually just having this outside Armenian players playing here. That's the reason they were so strong.
Ինչպես գիտեք, Հայաստանը ունի մեծ փյուր ամբողջ աշխարհում, եւ ունենք շատ հայ հոկեյիստներ Հայաստանից դուրս. Երևի այդ պատճառով էր, որ Հայաստանը բավականին ուժեղ էր.
And you know, our rules in the International Federation are, how do you say, not easy. So if even an Armenian-born player living and playing hockey outside, he has to stay at least 2 years and play actually in the Armenian league.
Ինչպես գիտեք, Միջազգային հոկեյի ֆեդերացիան ունի իր կանոնակարգը, որի համաձայն նույնիսկ եթե խաղացողը հայ է, նա պետք է ամենակիչը 2 տարի ապրի եւ խաղա Հայաստանում. And
yeah, it makes it not so easy for Armenian players coming outside, staying here maybe, and they cannot really live about ice hockey. And the league is rather small, so it makes it difficult for a federation like Armenia to have at the end a strong national team.
Հենց դրա պատճառով է դժվարություն առաջանում հայ հոկեյիստների համար, որպեսզի նրանք կարողանան ավելի երկար այստեղ մնալ, քանի որ
But thanks to the work Vagram is doing and with his son, really to start with development with the juniors, even with women's hockey, and it's a long process. It's a very long process. Federation like the Finnish, Swedish, Russian, I mean, they have a long history, and you need this time to develop ice hockey. But I was yesterday in the arena, and it was very interesting. Is it okay? Say it again.
Can we do 2 sentences? Sentences?
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, I mean,
Sorry.
in general, to say that it's not easy for a federation like Armenia to give to do the development here, because I mean, hockey is not really a big sport here in Armenia.
Հայաստանի համար շատ դժվար է զարգացնել հոկեյը այստեղ, քանի որ ինչպես գիտեք, Հայաստանում հոկեյը այդքան էլ մեծ սպորտ չէ։
So we need people working very hard, like Bagram and his son and all the people around, to work very hard to develop.
Այդ պատճառով մեզ պետք են Վահրամի եւ Արամի պես մարդիկ, ովքեր աշխատում են շատ, որպեսզի կարողանան զարգացնել այդ սպորտը Հայաստանում։
And yesterday I was watching the game against Iran. It was very interesting. There are a lot of efforts, winning 8-0, so against Iran, okay, but I think it's a step forward.
Երեք դիտում էի Հայաստանի եւ Իրանի հանդիպումը, հաշիվը ավարտվեց 8-0, ինչը որ շատ մեծ քայլ է դեպի առաջ։
So I think I'm open for questions.
Կարող եք ձեր հարցերը տալ արդեն։
Ваш вопрос, коллеги. Пожалуйста, поднимайте руку, представляйтесь. Все как обычно. А вот если можешь на английском, сразу на английском. Нет? Тогда...
You can ask any questions. Go ahead.
Արուսնակոպյան պասնյոս ինչպես կգնահատեք այս երկու տարվա առաջընթացը հայկական հոկեյի մեջ։
What is can you
He's Harutsun Hakopian from Fastex, and
Yeah.
he's asking how would you rate the development in these 2 years in Armenia of hockey?
Yeah, it is. I mean, our sport is not easy. We need an ice rink. We need very expensive equipment. We need time. You cannot just develop a hockey player in 2 years like you can maybe do in other sports. You need to skate. As I said, you need ice. So, if I understand right your question, so the process of development of ice hockey in a country like Armenia or other countries playing here, Malaysia, Indonesia, Iran, it's a process that takes a lot of time.
Ինչպես գիտեք, շատ դժվար է հոկեյը զարգացնել, քանի որ մեզ հարկավոր են սահադաշտեր, ինչպես նաև այն բավականին թանկարժեք է, քանի որ ունենք թանկարժեք հագուստներ, սպորտի համար մարզահագուստներ, եւ առաջ անցնելով ուզում եմ ասել, որ հիմա խաղում են մեզ մոտ Մալազիան, Ինդոնեզիան, Իրանը, Քուվեյթը, Ուզբեկիստանը, դրա համար շատ դժվար է զարգացնել թիմը ընդամենը 2 տարվա ընթացքում, պետք է բավականին շատ ժամանակ։
Коллеги, еще вопрос.
Մարիամ Նազարյան, Հանրային հեռուստաընկերություն, ինձ հետևել եք Հայաստանի առաջնության խաղերին, նշեցիք, որ Հայաստանի հավաքականի խաղերին եք եղել, բայց առաջնության խաղերին հետևել եք, ինչ կասեք առաջնության մասին։
So she's from the public TV, and she's asking if you have ever seen any of the regular championships in Armenia. You mentioned that you were present in the Iran and Armenia game. So have you ever watched regular championships?
No, I think it's a small league. And then you have a Dynamo Yerevan, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
we do
have.
a
No,
bit of football.
I finished in 2021. As I said, second time here, but I didn't have the chance to watch a regular league game.
Դեռ չի ունեցել հնարավորություն դիտելու ներքին առաջնությունները, երկրորդ անգամ է ընդամենը Հայաստանում եւ ավարտել իր աշխատանքը 2011 թվականին այդ պատճառով։ Thank you.
Да, пожалуйста.
Մարիամ Նազարյան, Սպուտնիկ Արմենիա, գուցե հարցս մի փոքր ռետորական կլինի, կա արդյոք մասնագետի կարծիքի Հայաստանում հոկեյի ապագա ունի, թե ոչ։
She's from Sputnik Armenia, and she's asking, do you think, from a point of view of a professional, do you think Armenia has a perspective for hockey?
Once again, you have to speak out because I'm an old guy, so I really...
Do you think Armenia has a bigger perspective for hockey?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's always about people. You know, in every sport or in every event is how people are working in the back. I mean, my experience in all the past years in the different countries, especially like Armenia or the so-called smaller countries, you need people in the back to work very hard to make it happen. So this is, and once again, our sport is not, you know. I mean, in Armenia, I was reading that wrestling and weightlifting is big. So if you compare the two sports, you know, I mean, wrestling, what do you need? Nothing, just the muscles, you know. And okay, you need the brain too. But in ice hockey, you need ice, you need equipment, you need, you know. So our sport in countries where it's not so much developed, and like Armenia or the countries playing here, Division 3 the same. What I like is that actually there in the regional part, people start to work together with Iran, and you know we have Uzbekistan also coming here. So the countries on the same level starting to work together could be a very nice idea.
Ինչպես գիտեք, յուրաքանչյուր սպորտ զարգացնելու համար պետք են մարդիկ, ովքեր աշխատում են դրա համար, եւ պետք նման փոքր երկրի համար հատկապես հարկավոր է որ մարդիկ հավատան, որ այդպիսի բան կարող է լինել, նույն ձև պատահել է նաեւ Ուզբեկիստանի եւ այլ մեծ հետ խաղացող երկրների հետ, նրանք նույնպես փոքր են, նույնպես նոր են միանում, եւ նրանց մոտ նույնպես կան մարդիկ, ովքեր աջակցում են, որպեսզի սպորտը զարգանա, ինչպես նաեւ նշեց, սպորտը բավականին թանկարժեք է, պետք է շատ մեծ գումարներ զարգացնելու համար։
Քոլեգի Շորոս։
Որ Հայաստանը դրացնվել է ինչպես արդեն 2 տարի եւ սա մեր 15 տարվա դադարից հետո առաջին ելույթն էր աշխարհի առաջնությունում, շատերը չէին հավատում, որ մեր հավաքականը կարող է ինչ-որ բարձր տեղերի համար պայքարել, իսկ դուք հավատում եք, որ մենք կարող ենք պայքարել ոսկե մեդալների համար, այսպես
So as you know, Armenia started this after 15 years of pause. Many people didn't believe that we could go this high on the charts. So did you think that Armenia could reach this high of level?
Sure. I mean, Armenia is also a sports country, and I did. Yeah, it's you have the body to do it. You know, we have on the Asian side, we do not have really strong hockey players because it's more a physical attitude. But you're a country with strong people and smart people, and you need sort of. Yeah, I mean, okay, the population is not so big. That makes it even more difficult. But you have this big diaspora. I think the way how you could really represent the country is to find a way how we can actually bring players in from North America and players in from Russia, and then you would have a very, very good team. You know, just our bylaws are like they are. But if you create a professional league, you know, or why not? I mean, I know that the Continental Hockey League in Russia, so why not to have a KHL team in Armenia? You know, so you have a KHL team in Armenia, they play your foreign Armenian players playing here 2 years, and then they will be able to play in the championship. Like actually China, you know, Kunlun Red Star is playing in the KHL. They give Chinese passports during the Olympics. Maybe you remember it was a little bit tricky. And the Chinese don't give double passports, so that's an issue. I think in Armenia you do, no? You can have double passport?
Yeah.
So that would be easy. So, Baram, you have to make a KHL team in Yerevan? Почему нет? So then you could have a very, very strong... but, you know, it's just a moment. I think, is that okay? You have to translate or not? Or do you understand?
Yeah.
So, the most important is development. The future of hockey in Armenia and any other countries is not the team we have today. That's the team we build on. It's your juniors, you know. The juniors are the most important part. So start with young people, train them. They have to practice. They have to grow up and to come, and that takes time, you know. I mean, in Russia, the young boys, they start to skate at 3.5, 4 years old, you know. And then we have players like Ovechkin or Malkin or all these young guys. You have to start very, very early and build it up. So you see, it's 15, 16 years to create a good hockey players. And goalie is important. I always say you have to have good goalies. To win a good hockey game, vratar. It's 50% of the team, and if you have a bad goalie, it's 80% of the team, you know. So but hockey is the best sport. You don't need to translate.
Ավելի կարճ բացատրեմ, եթե չեք հասկացել, ասեմ, որ նա ասում է, որ բավականին լավ թիմ ունենք հիմա, իհարկե նա սպասում էր, որ կարող ենք բարձր տեղեր գրավել, բնականաբար, որտեղ ունենք դրա համար մարմին նախատեսված, նա ասում է, որ ասիական թիմերում ավելի փոքր մարմին են մարդիկ եւ ֆիզիկապես այդքան էլ ուժեղ չեն, բայց մենք այո, նա սպասում էր, որ մենք կարող ենք գրավել բավականին բարձր տեղեր, նաեւ ասաց, որ KHL-ից կարող ենք մարզիկներ բերել, որպեսզի նրանք կարողանան նույնպես ուժեղացնել թիմը.
Following up from what you said in your last response, in what ways do you believe that the comeback of the national team in Armenia is going to revitalize a newfound interest in the hockey scene among the youth and as well as in the adults?
That's good. Because I don't think I can. You just can speak louder?
Can you repeat louder?
Yes. In what ways do you think that the comeback of the national Armenian team is going to revitalize an interest in the hockey scene among the youth as well as in the adults in Armenia?
I think to organize a championship like you do now, I think that's the first step. I mean, I was surprised you had a lot of people yesterday in the arena. I mean, that's the start, you know, and make the promotion. But I would say, in general now, the youth is attracted by other events. I mean, they leave a little bit the sport. Now it's the computer, the telephone. They leave a little bit the sport, and not really. It's not easy. I mean, we see that the young players going to hockey in many even big hockey federation. Canada is losing a lot. Now they prefer more to play soccer. The weather is changing also, you know. So, but still, I believe that we will always find people to play. The junior people are playing hockey. But events like we have now here this week in Yerevan, that's a very good promotion.
Добрый вечер, мистер Фазель. Виталий Нестеров, канал «Хоккейная экзотика». Вопрос от подписчиков. В апреле месяце проходит очень много турниров. Одновременно с турниром в Армении проходит от 10 до 15 чемпионатов мира разных дивизионов. Следите ли вы сейчас за ними и как вы вообще оцените уровень развития хоккея стран дивизионов от 2А и ниже?
So he's from Hockey Exotics, and he's asking that at the same time with Armenia, there is a lot of other world championships going on right now with other divisions. Have you seen them, and what do you think? Can you please repeat?
О развитии нехоккейных стран дивизиона 2А и ниже.
What do you think about the development of other hockey countries from Division 2, from Division A and lower?
Yeah, you know, I think it's very important. I know that the International Federation at the moment, they have some discussion regarding the events like here in Armenia. I mean, my friend from Georgia, Zaza, is here. They have to travel to New Zealand, you know, from Georgia to New Zealand. So for me, you know, I was 27 years president of the International Ice Hockey Federation. For me, sport is bringing people together. And despite we have to travel, I was also an IOC member. I like when people coming together, you know, even from faraway countries. I mean, sport is really uniting people. Today we have a situation in the politics, what we have, with Russia, and that makes it, I think it's very important that the teams come in. Okay, we have to travel 25, 30 hours to go to New Zealand, but New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa, they are members on the southern part of the world, and always to travel, that makes a difference. But the idea also of these different tournaments all over the world is to bring people together and then see the culture what they have. Yerevan is for me very special. You have a different culture. On the religion side, I'm a Catholic person, so I go to Armenian church. For me, this is. I don't only read it or see it on TV. I smell it, and this is the way sports should be. Bring people together to make them understand the culture. And that's why when I started to be president, I wanted to have especially this that bring the people together. It costs a lot of money and time, but that is actually the meaning of sport. Like the IOC, we have 200 and 4 or 5 NOCs, National Olympic Committees, and when they come to the Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, they live all together in the Olympic Village, and that's it. That's a good thing to understand each other, and yeah.
Еще один последний вопрос, если можно. Южная Америка сейчас единственный континент, который не представлен на чемпионатах мира. Как вы считаете, какая страна туда может в ближайшее время заявиться на чемпионат мира?
So, South America, as you know, is not represented in the World Championship. And what do you think? When will it happen? When will they be able to play?
And when you speak about Stockholm, you have to speak louder.
So he's asking, as you know, South Africa is not South America is not represented in the World Championship. When do you think they will be able to play?
Oh, the same with Africa. We have South Africa, but I think in South America they had Argentina, Brazil. They were members, but they do not really participate. It's a question of money, of ice. We have an expensive sport, so they have other issues. In South America, sport number one is what? Football, and then we have maybe basketball, and then we have volleyball, and ice hockey is way back. So, but it's a development to do there. We have to concentrate on countries like Armenia or the countries here where there is an opportunity, and it's a tough work. I agree. Not easy. Трудно. Очень.
Thank you so much.
Коллеги, еще вопрос? Да, Ангелина, давайте.
After mini performance at the Ice Hockey World Championship, how do you think, is it possible to the government and the IIHF will support the development of hockey as an institution in the country?
Yeah, I mean, without the help of the government, ice hockey cannot survive here. So it's actually the role of the National Olympic Committee together with the sports ministers to focus on what is important for the youth of the country. As I said before, here you have weightlifting, you have wrestling, even chess. I think you have very good chess players too. So what do you? Football is number one, I would say, everywhere, and easy to do. So it's very popular. So it depends on the government what they focus on, what they have to invest. But never forget, and I try to tell that all to my people from ice hockey. If you do an ice hockey arena, you can do curling, you can have short track, you can have figure skating, and you can have ice hockey. Men and women. So the investment of an ice arena is not only for ice hockey, it's also for other Olympic sports, skating, and then, as I said, short track or curling. Even curling, I think curling is, you're smart. I mean, you should play chess. I always say curling is like chess on the ice, and it's not too expensive. And that's actually a sport where you can be really good in the Olympic Games or World Championship to do this sport. It's not so expensive. Okay, the stones, but I know that the International Federation of Curling, they will send you the stones to practice. And then you need to be smart in some technique. Why not? I don't know, do you have an Armenian curling team or not yet? No?
Oh, we don't.
Or one? No? So, you know, when you do a hockey arena, ice arena, that's actually the strategy, what the government, like in Armenia or Uzbekistan, where it's difficult to have hockey ice arenas, you do not only for ice hockey, you do that also for other ice sports.
And how do you think, how many ice rinks we need to develop the sport properly in Armenia?
As much as we can.
How many?
No, I think you have, 3 million people? 1 million in Yerevan?
We have two.
I think Switzerland at 8 million people, we have over 200. I think ice arena, so that's why also ice hockey and in curling, we are good in curling. Not so good, figure skating, not too bad, but for sure, you don't need big one, ice surface, you know. I think in 1 million people, I don't know, what do you think? How many arenas? I would say 10, 12, for sure. For sure. And you don't need so big, we can make it smaller, you know. And the good thing is also to have 2 ice sheets in one building. In Canada, they have very good projects like that, you know. 2 ice sheets in one building, so you not just one roof, and you can work with the, with the sunlight, you know, to take the energy. There are some concepts. I think I would propose to the federation. I know that the International Ice Hockey Federation, they have some projects where you can work together with the sun energy and transform it, and they are very good concept and not too expensive.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ару, ты вопрос хотел?
Հայաստանի հոկեյ ֆեդերացիան Իրանի եւ Վրաստանի ֆեդերացիաների հետ միասին ցանկանում է մեկ լիգա ստեղծել, ինչ կասեք այդ գաղափարից։
So Armenian Hockey Federation, together with Iran and Georgia Federation, they want to create one league. What do you think about that?
Magnifique.
Прекрасно.
That's the way to work. I mean, so we had this in Europe. We had more or less the same. So the Italian, Austrian Federation with the Slovenian Federation, they have this interactive league, because we do not have actually enough players to have a big league in the own country, because not enough players, like in Italy, Austria, or Slovenia. And if you then do the peak here, it's a brilliant idea, and I can only support this idea, you know. And you can go in and to work together with Iran, you know. And I just heard this morning that Iran, they have also women's hockey, 6 teams. I mean, this is about sport, you know. And go to Iran and having this relationship, and this is over the politics. This is very good. I like this idea very much. Bringing people together, no borders, come together, play together, having fun together.
Еще вопросы, коллеги? Все, тогда на этом все. Всем спасибо, что пришли. Всем спасибо за работу.
Thank you so much.
Maybe to end, to promote ice hockey in Armenia, you are very important.
Yeah.
Because media, you know, people watch media, listen to media, watch TV, they do. So if you like hockey, so put that in your papers and speak well about ice hockey.
And your visit and your participating too very important for us in for many hockey.
No. If you need me, Vagram, if you need